Hey, hey, what's happening, my joyful people? It's Kimberly. I am so excited. It's Friday again, and I get to come to you live. It looks like 12 o'clock and a 1 o'clock-ish time frame seems to be my best time living here in this area. Hey, Reginald, so good to see you pop on. So I hope I'm going to wait a few more minutes, or not minutes, but probably seconds, before I actually dig into this. But I had a really close family member ask me this week, how do you lower blood pressure? And their blood pressure was up really high, and it concerned me. And I would start to think, and I said, I don't think I've ever done a Share the Joy on blood pressure. And how crazy is that? Now, Reginald, I know you've watched most of them. Let me know in the comment section, have I done something on blood pressure? Because I surely didn't go back and look at almost 200 Share the Joys. But I want to start off just by giving a little bit of understanding. Some people don't even understand what blood pressure is. And there are two numbers. The top number, of course, is your systolic blood pressure number, and then your diastolic blood pressure number is the one underneath. Now, if you're over 50, that top number is what you want to really, really concentrate on. That top number is about how, when your heart is actually pumping, how much pressure is happening at that particular time. And then the bottom number is the diastolic number, is how much pressure is there when your heart is at rest. Okay, so top number is when it's moving, pumping. The other one is when it's at rest. So remember that, the biggest thing. So when they're telling you what these numbers are, you understand. So hypertension, that your systolic number, that's that top number again, is 120, pre-hypertension is 120 to 129. All right, so when you get that reading, if you're kind of in that 121, 129 range, you're gonna wanna watch out. That diastolic number should be 80 or below. That's the number at the bottom, 80 or below, okay? So we're gonna go through really quick. So normal is 120 over 80 or lower, okay? 120 over 80 or lower. If you are in that pre-hypertension range, you are 129 over 80, 120 to 129. Once you get into 130 to 139, you're in stage 1 of hypertension, okay? And that's still 80 to 89 is that number at the bottom, okay? And then stage 2 hypertension is 140 over 90. Come on, guys, we don't want that to be the case, okay? So making sure, I'm gonna give you over these next 2 weeks some things that you can do naturally to lower your blood pressure. So give me a hand up there if you know someone or you yourself are dealing with high blood pressure, because this is one of these videos. Hit the share button, because I really want people to know this is something that you can help. There are things that you can do with your diet, your lifestyle changes, all of that kind of stuff. All right. Hey, Kathy, good to see you. Hey, Pamela. Awesome. I'm so happy that you've joined me today. All right. So if you're just coming in, you missed kind of the breakdown of what blood pressure is. Go back and watch it if you don't know, when they're giving you these numbers and you're like, what is this really talking about? So basically what happens is, when the blood pressure, why it builds up, is because think about a straw, and a straw is clear. So that's your artery, right? You can take water and you can roll through the water and it goes right through the straw. But let's say all of a sudden you started putting syrup down in the straw, and then you put sand in the straw, and it gets narrow, right? And it starts to clog up. And then you get this backup. And what happens is that artery, with its little soft tissue, it's like, I can't take this anymore. And the flow of blood won't go through it quickly and flow well. And that's what happens when that backup happens. And we can help to clear out the artery so that blood pressure starts to lower. So the results of high blood pressure, some of the things that can happen, these are kind of scary. You can have artery damage. Remember what I said, it's a thin membrane of that artery going all through those veins. It can have damage to your arteries. You can have aneurysms. We don't want those. Heart failure, we don't want that. Ruptured blood vessels, okay? Reduced kidney function is another thing. Vision loss, memory loss, metabolic syndrome. So that's like increasing in your cholesterol, if you see that, or increase in insulin. So we see high cholesterol, diabetes, increase in your waist size. So keeping that waist slim and trim is going to help. What's that visceral fat? What's happening, that fat around the organs, all right? So the signs of high blood pressure: chest pain, confusion, sometimes headaches, ear noise, like a buzzing, that kind of thing. Hey, Nicole, good to see you. Irregular heartbeat can happen, nosebleeds, tiredness, and vision changes. All right. So, you know, guys, I know I keep my little trusty notes in my notebook. You guys could even see this notebook. It's like full of all kinds of health information. Causes of high blood pressure, high salt intake, especially if you're eating table salt and not like pink Himalayan salt that has the minerals that you need for your body. So switch to that pink Himalayan salt or some kind of good natural sea salt instead of the stuff that's been ripped out. All right. The nutrients that have been ripped out is what I'm trying to say. Emotional stress. Okay, guys. So that can be another thing. Alcohol use, caffeine, smoking, obesity, inactivity, birth control, and heavy metal poisoning in the body. All right. So those are some of, and if anyone wants to know if they have heavy metals, I have a hair and saliva test. If you just send me an inbox message, I can send you all the information so you can get that done and figure out what you got going on, even pesticides, things like that are residing in your body. All right, so here's the first part one. We're gonna do part two next week, but part one of 5 ways to naturally lower your blood pressure. You guys know I like to get you in and out because ain't nobody got a lot of time to watch me for 30 minutes of every Friday. All right. So the first thing is eat a more Mediterranean style diet. And people are like, Kim, what does that mean? All right. So we want to think about healthy fats like flaxseed, olive oil, olives, basically wild caught salmon, fruits and vegetables, like I said, and we're limiting the number of grains that we have in our body. All right. So really looking at that, things that are high in omega-3s, that type of thing. Taking a fish oil supplement is very helpful as well. Just having that, popping that in, a good healthy fish oil supplement is really good. Just make sure you get it down and you don't burp it up because it will taste like fish oil, but it's good for you. And then using magnesium. All right, so everybody knows, or not everybody knows, but people who are close to me know that one of my rituals at night is to drink magnesium tea. And kind of read a book. That's one of the biggest things that I like to do. And now I have a great porch that I like to sit out on, a balcony, I should say, off from my bedroom and do that before I go to bed at night. And 500 milligrams before bed of magnesium is really helpful. We're already deficient. And for those who haven't watched my video on magnesium, just go to YouTube and check it out. It's there. The other thing we want to do is increasing the potassium in our body. So coconut water is a great way to do that, and eating bananas, avocados, and melons. But we'll talk more about food and all of that next week. So I'll go into a list of everything there. But more potassium, not necessarily potassium supplements though. They don't work the same. So getting actual natural potassium from our foods. Taking CoQ10, or what we call coenzyme Q10, which is an antioxidant critical for supporting heart health and the heart balance. So those are some of the things real quick. I'll go over them one more time. Mediterranean diet, fish oil supplement, magnesium, potassium, and CoQ10. Those are some of the supplements and things that you can do. Next week, we're going to go into details about lifestyle and diet, like actual foods that you can incorporate in. So if you have questions, you guys know I'm always here for you. If you have subject matters that you want me to talk about, please, by all means, ask questions. That's the way that I do my research and try to make sure that I'm staying relevant and giving you guys information that you want. So if you have any questions, like I said, let me know. The biggest thing I want you guys to do, hold on, did I say 500 milligrams? I did. I said 500 mg, small mg. So I actually do it by using a powder. If I wouldn't take me a second, I'd run into the kitchen and grab it for you, but I don't want to leave you hanging. But it is a powder that I use. Some people use Calm, some other people. I like the one that not Trader Joe's, but, Whole Foods makes. It's their 365 brand and it's a lemon fizz. So I would say, do that once a night. So that's one of the things that you would want to do. So magnesium is really good, and we're also really deficient in magnesium. So understanding that mineral is so vital to our hormone support and health in our body that just taking magnesium is great. I miss you too, Kathy. I really do. Kathy was my neighbor across the street until I moved here. So miss you, girl. All right. So, let me know if you guys have any questions. I'll hang around for a quick second because I see I have about 6 or so people on live. Thank you guys for showing up and being here with me. And remember to hit the share button. Tell people about Share the Joy. I also have a Share the Joy group that you can join on Facebook. And, I'm almost forgetting. Oh my goodness. Gut Check 21 is starting October 7th, guys. So if you are interested in joining my online coaching for life, and going through a 21-day amazing detox where you get recipes, food lists, one-on-one conversations with me or I shouldn't say one-on-one, but more of like intimate conversation where we do a webinar and you can talk to me live. Please hit me up in my inbox. I'll give you a half off code that will be valid through next week. Trying to think if there's anything else. I think that's it. So share. Know that I love you guys. Stay positive and remember to do what? All things with joy. Peace and blessings. Bye.